Next up we have Ron Heeks, the Managing Director of Larvotto Resources. Ron brings 40 years of experience in the mining industry and has been Managing Director of Larvotto since its IPO in 2021. He was previously MD of Geo Pacific Resources, Coolgardie Gold and Smarttrans, and was founding board member of Xanadu Mines. He's worked and lived in numerous countries, working in various commodities. Ron has a strong passion for the mining industry and has a track record of securing funding to advance companies through development and into production. Thanks, Ron.
Thank you. Wonderful to be here. First time in a long time to stand up here, talking today about our Hillgrove Antimony gold project. This is a new project. We've been on the ground here for about 15 months now and come on our wild ride. And as part of that wild ride and the changing environment that we live in, while having breakfast this morning, saw this guy on the screen. And this was breaking news that the South Australian government has given 150 odd million to Trafigura or NiStar to upgrade the smelter, and it seems it's all about producing antimony. About 2 hours ago, the Premier of South Australia came out and said, this is all about antimony. It's a critical mineral that represents the future of Port Pirie smelter capability. The transformation of the smelter into producer of critical minerals like antimony would put our state at the forefront of a global supply chain. So this is the world that we're working in at the moment, that it's changing quite rapidly, and antimony is the most critical of the most critical minerals. Whereabouts are we? We're at Hillgrove, which is just outside the major regional town of Armidale, also, as of last weekend, known as one of Australia's new ski resorts because it somewhat snowed. The numbers that we're looking at, 1.7 million ounces gold equivalent. We talk gold equivalent because we mine gold and antimony at exactly the same time. If we just talked antimony grade, people really wouldn't know what we were talking about. So we bang it together, we mine it at the same time, we process it at the same time, and we sell it separately. So it's 1.7 million ounces, 7.4, that's quite nice. That's 96,000 tonnes of antimony. That makes it the largest antimony deposit in Australia and about the 7th largest in the world. On top of that, we have an exploration target of about another 1 million ounces. That's mineralisation sitting directly below our current reserve, only extended to the depth of the deepest working, so we're not extending that too far at all. We have selected out of that an initial 600,000 ounces at 6.6 grams per tonne to go mining with. We will spend more time converting more of the resources in the future. We're a junior mining company. When we started this, we had 5 people on staff. Currently, I think we're passing through about 60. So we did the simplest thing, which was convert the easiest bit to allow us to get to where we are. So initial 600,000 move through. You'll see more come through in the near term. A little bit of a clip here about antimony. It'll give you a bit of a feel for what it is. A lot of people don't know what it is. Our North American cousins call it anti-money. We actually call it lots of money. Tacked onto the end of this, you'll also see a bit of a fly through of the mine. It'll give you a feel for the infrastructure that we've got on site, both above ground and underground. There's a couple of $100 million worth of plant ready to go on the surface, and there's about $100 million worth of underground development. So let's have a quick look at this.
Antimony, the unsung hero in our tech-driven world. Meet antimony. This critical mineral is reshaping industries and driving technological advancements. Let's start with its roots. Antimony primarily comes from stibnite. Imagine a sleek metallic mineral with a purpose. This little element punches way above its weight. From solar panels harnessing the sun's power to fire retardants keeping us safe, antimony is everywhere. Think safety and strategy all in one, and in technology, antimony plays a pivotal role in semiconductors and advanced lighting. It's the silent force making our gadgets smarter and brighter. Now let's zoom out. On a global map, you'll see why antimony is so crucial. The US, EU, UK, Japan and Australia all list it as a critical mineral. Why? Because supply is limited and demand is high. China currently dominates the global production and supply of the antimony. In September 2024, China announced export controls. This has sparked a scramble. Nations are stockpiling antimony and searching for alternatives. This isn't just another mineral, it's a strategic asset shaping our future. Antimony, small element, big impact.
And with a little bit of luck. So our current site, underground. There's about 15 kilometres worth of underground development in place. Our offices, a lot of 4 drill rigs on site, drilling double shift at the moment, a lot of work coming on. Our facility in Armidale, this is our Armidale drop-in centre in town so that we can keep the people informed of what we're doing. Armidale, major regional centre, and as I say, ski resort now. The current plant, in very, very good condition, operated in 2022. Fairly unique location. So a little bit more on antimony. What's really been driving antimony? A couple of things. One, supply has been decreasing rapidly because of the nature of the ore body. As you get deeper on these ore bodies, you tend to get less antimony. You're seeing that places like Costerfield. Fosterville was much the same. Right around the world that's happening. Supply is decreasing, demand is increasing. What's increasing it? Solar panels is the biggest driver. It's now about 40% of capacity, and it didn't exist 7 years ago. So you can't build an efficient solar panel without antimony. There's about 40 grams in each panel, and there's literally billions of panels being knocked out every year. Defence, also every bit of military lead has between 2.5% and 6.5% antimony, so there's a big usage there. Plus it gets used in other areas, traditionally always been used as a hardener in metals, lead acid batteries for example, and even electric cars have one of those, and as fire retardants. We will produce 7% of global supply from this mine, so that makes it a globally significant operation on any level. There's not too many mines do this. The US does not have any. It cannot produce, it cannot take concentrate and do anything meaningful with it. They use about 40% of the world's supply, so they are desperate for this material. A bit of a backstory on the plant. We got into this project in late 2023, buying it off the administrators. We were called a bit crazy at the time. We paid $3 million for it, plus bonds. The antimony price at the time was $10,000 a tonne, gold was about $2,000. The project worked at that. Our good luck was unfortunately Red River's bad luck, that due to another mine site getting into trouble, this one ended up in administration, which is how we were lucky enough to get it. We started with exploration straight away. We released some very good results. Our best hit was 31 metres at 2 ounces, proving that at depth the gold grade increases quite nicely. We put our PFS out with that 1.7 million ounces of gold equivalent in there. We undertook an offtake on the antimony concentrate with Wogan, who are the world's largest antimony traders based in the UK. So the one thing that people weren't sure about, we solved that one straight up. In 2025, we released our DFS, 636,000 ounces at 6.5 grams. That's quite good. We've just been given approval to mine. We raised a $105 million bond through Clarksons from Norway. Why did we do a bond? Because we could do a bond. You can only do a bond when you have stunning numbers and a great story. It's the simplest, easiest way to do this task, to raise the money that we needed to build the plant. 8 weeks later, it's 8 weeks after the DFS, we did the bond. That's pretty incredible, and that's due to the wonderful team that we've got here working so hard to make that happen. We immediately did a $60 million capital raise, so we've put $250 million, or I'd like to say $250 million in the bank in 6 days. Again, wonderful job by the team to get that done. We're fully funded. FID last week, so we're all go now. The build contract will be let very shortly and work on site will commence, and we will produce the first antimony in early 26. The numbers coming out of the DFS were pretty stunning. 251 EBITDA, $1 billion worth of free cash. This is over the first 7 years, and we will convert more of the resources into reserves, as we said, easily a 20-year mine life here. MPV, fairly good, 700 million. Our CapEx is 150, so about a 5-to-1 NPV CapEx ratio. Anything over 2-to-1 is a seriously good number. 5-to-1 is a stunning number. We pay back in 11 months. But that was our mid-tier pricing strategy, 2,800 gold, 41,000 a tonne antimony. We're somewhat higher than that now. And since that we're realistically only 9 months away from actually producing. Spot price is probably a more meaningful number to have a look at. So if we look at that, over the first 7 years, MPV 1.2 billion, IRR 153%, that's pretty good. The one that I love wrapping my mind around, all-in sustaining cost for the 40,000 ounces of gold we produce, minus 3,200 an ounce. So we're knocking out $40,000 worth of gold at about $8,500 Aussie. That's actually fairly good. We also produce 5,000 tonnes of antimony. We also will produce tungsten. We've put out our initial tungsten resource. We will be converting that into a reserve, and the project has traditionally produced tungsten, and we will be continuing that, but we haven't built it into these economics. Tungsten also about $50,000 a tonne at the moment. So on those numbers, we repay this in 8 months. And on those numbers, it's 127 million to build. Why a bit less? Because we get some money in as we commission the plant and sell the product. So it is a pretty stunning number, and these are numbers that most people would seriously love to have. We've been quite lucky. Construction and funding coming up. Construction and commissioning coming up. MIQM will be on site next week, and they've already been on site all the way through in, so that's Jeff Jones's team there, and what a whiz he is at building plants on time and on budget. The money's done, and production commencing realistically April next year. How's this been possible? A wonderful team. We've got our chairman, Mark Tomlinson, sitting in the audience. And to be honest, he's the best chairman I've ever come across, and as a mentor, wonderful. Myself, Rachel, she keeps the two grumpy old men under control and covers all the skills that we don't have. She's a psychologist and an environmental scientist, and if you're going to have a problem, it's going to be one of those two. So she ticks all those boxes. The rest of the team, what a pack of whizzes to get this project to where it has been from nothing to signed off, ready to go in 14 months. Shares on issue, 473 million, so we're still pretty clean. Gage, our largest fund out of Beijing, 1832, also here today, our second largest shareholder, and they've been extremely supportive. Very clean structure. We did win the award from the ASX for Most Improved last year. We're up 1,500%, and yesterday Deloitte gave us a nice award because we're also up for, I think it was Best in WA, and we're still up about 500% from where we started this ride 14 months ago. So it has been an absolutely wild ride on the way through. So where are we looking at the whole thing? We're in the top 10 global producers of antimony, the most critical of critical minerals. We also knock out a lot of high-grade gold. We've got a very good reserve that gets us there for the first 8 years, but there's no doubt that that will extend. Uniqueness of this ore body is that we can mine up to get more antimony, we can mine along to get gold and antimony like we've already got, and we can go deeper to get high-grade gold, as you see at Fosterville. So we're in a unique position to modify what's going on as we move if prices happen to change. Not a bad resource to start with, and remembering that we got this for $3 million. Processing plant has done all of this before. We will be doubling the capacity of it. That's not a big task, and that's going to take about 5 months to do that, and we will start underground mining to build stockpiles within the next couple of months. Importantly, it's not a FIFO operation. Most of our senior people are already based in town. We've got a few more to go. It's something that we're very, very strongly pushing, that we want people to be based in Armidale. It is a very nice town. I sort of started in Kalgoorlie and I lived here for 16 years, and I don't want to see Armidale turn into a FIFO type situation. It's not big, it's too big to do that anyway, but watching Kalgoorlie being destroyed by FIFO is quite a shame. So very passionate about not doing that. And we do spend a lot of time talking with the local community. We've got a shop in town where people can drop in, and also as a recruiting centre. So where do we sit on the whole thing? We completed the plan upgrade study, we did the pre-fees, we completed a metallurgy study, DFS, project finance, last week FID. So all we have to do now is commence the upgrade and the mining. What can go wrong from here? Who knows? But there is the exploration upside as well. That's absolutely huge. We are touching a very small part of this ore body. There's a lot to go. There's about 20 kilometres of strike. And as I say, we can go up to get antimony, which people weren't really interested in previously, so they didn't. We can go down to get high-grade gold, which they'd only just touched on, or we can go along and mine the antimony and gold that we've got sitting at the moment. So really stunning position to be in, and look forward to further updates. And this time next year, we'll be telling people how it's gone. Thank you.